Are you sitting by me? I want to take pictures.
welcome you to tonight's Honors, Academic, and Athletic Awards Night. I love having a chance to celebrate what these amazing students at Elkhorn Valley have accomplished this school year. Since we have a lot to get covered tonight, we've taken care of a lot of the awards by having packets for the students to pick up after the ceremony is over. Teachers and coaches will just follow the one before them so we can keep things moving. Welcome, and let's get this show on the road. We're going to start off with the EV Booster Club. Kat is here to present to our two winners. We want to thank the Booster Club for everything that they do for our students. I can't even begin to name any of it because they just do so much for us. So, our winners are Alyssa Wright. Come on up. And Montana Howard. Thanks, Kat, and thanks to the EV Boosters. Our next scholarship comes from the Tilden Meadow Grove Community Foundation Fund, and on a fun side note, I'd like to share with you Nancy Schultz Brandt, who has an education scholarship along with her husband for EV students, shared with me that her father's memorial funds were used to provide the startup costs for the Tilden Meadow Grove Community Foundation. One of her brothers even served on the board for a number of years, so truly means once a Falcon, always a Falcon. Presenting the award tonight is not Brian Cook, surprise, it's Matt Wilkin.
So tonight, I guess, why do I? I'm proud to present this award tonight to Ms. Macy Hanson.
New to You Community Thrift Store has done so many positive things for our community. They want good things for our residents and continue to invest in making Tilden and our surrounding communities a great place to live. Thank you to the wonderful people that volunteer their time to make this possible for our students. I would like for you to just stand and be recognized. Actually, everybody come up here, but we're going to get your certificates to you later because there's a lot of you. Surprise.
Abby Brown, Nate Decker, Annika Furstenau, Maverick Hageman, Dawson Hanson, Drew Hanson, Macy Hanson, Montana Howard, Bailey Keogh, Jocelyn Larson, Clayton Meyer, Blaine Woloff, Mackenzie Mutum, Brittany Pellin, Kennedy Penny, Alan Walsett, Mason Schaefer, Mary Vaughn, Waylon Warnicki, and Alyssa Wright. We had a very good year at New to You.
Next up are our VFW, Legion, and Legion Auxiliary Awards and Scholarships. I would like to take the opportunity to say thank you to the Legion, the Auxiliary, and the VFW members for the support that they provide to our school district. Not only do they provide scholarships for our graduating seniors, but they support other activities for our students. Things like County Government Day, Girls State, Boys State. Jacob Lynn will be attending Boys State this summer. We are very fortunate to have their support. Leroy Meyer, Tom Nelson, and Pat Decker are here to present VFW, Legion, and Auxiliary Scholarships.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Tom Nelson. I have Leroy Meyer here, and of course Pat Decker. Pat Decker's the treasurer of, she's the vice president of the auxiliary, and Leroy Meyer is acting commander this evening, and I'm commander for the American Legion, Post 170 here in Tilden. Okay, every year for about as long as I can remember, the American Legion and our family, the auxiliary, we've given out awards. This year, I think, is probably the most awards we've ever given out. Of course, they're not all in the same monetary amounts, but we had 12 applicants this year, so we decided we were going ahead and give everybody an award. To start out, we'll start with the auxiliary first.
The auxiliary has two $500 scholarships, and these two kids are pretty near and dear to me, Bailey Keel and Nate Decker.
These next two are for the Veterans of Foreign Wars. Veterans of Foreign Wars are exactly the way it sounds. Those are from all the veterans, and we have about 33 of them here in the Tilden area that have served overseas during a period of war. Okay, our two recipients this year, Miss Montana Howard and Mr. Waylon Warnicki. Smile, Leroy. Okay, now for the Legion. I'm just going to call everybody up here real quick, please, just for speed purposes. Dawson Hanson, Drew Hanson, Macy Hanson, Abby Brown, Brittany Palin, Kennedy Penny, Mason Schaefer, Marinette Vaughn. And kids, when you get done, I have your checks right here. Just to let everybody know, when we do these, we have everybody explain who their father, grandfather, grandmother, mother is that served, and then we also have each one of them fill out an essay and turn that essay into us. Each essay is judged. Okay, I think that's it.
Thank you, guys.
Next up is the Tilden Young Men's Club Scholarship. Again, we are so fortunate to live in a community that goes above and beyond to make it a better place. The Young Men's Club is no exception. They want to support our EV students as they attend college in the area and help them to be successful. Kyle Shoemaker is here to present the recipients of this scholarship.
Good evening, I'm Kyle Shoemaker here with the opportunity to represent the Tilden Young Men's Club in awarding our group's 2024 academic scholarships. The Tilden Young Men's Club was started in 2016 with the mission to serve Tilden and the surrounding area in a positive and respectable manner by promoting community pride and betterment through events, activities, and service. It is in that last part, service, that we hope to demonstrate a deep appreciation for our community and providing an example for our next generations to continue to help build their community, to help their community thrive, whether that be Tilden, Meadow Grove, or any community these outstanding young individuals will someday call home. With that, our scholarship applicants were asked to write a short essay on their community service, why they volunteered for that particular service, and what they took away from that. This year's applicant pool was nothing short of outstanding, and our scholarship committee wants to first and foremost thank and compliment each one of our applicants for taking the time to apply. Throughout our community deliberation, every candidate had components of their application that made us want to select them specifically for our scholarship. This year's decision was difficult to say the least, and our committee decided to award our $1,000 scholarship to 2 individuals. The first individual we are honored to select has volunteered with 4-H at their church and with Little League football. They had this to say in their application: I believe that everything I learned from helping serve and volunteer will help me be a better person for the present and future. I hope I was able to make a positive impact. Our first awardee for the 2024 Tilden Young Men's Club Scholarship is Leighton Meyer. Our second individual we are honored to select has volunteered with 4-H at their church, Tilden Prairie Days, FBLA, multiple EBS events, community benefits, and Tilden Young Men's Club. This individual had this to say: I often hear people ask, why do you volunteer so often? And my answer is because the emotional impact it has on me. It leaves me with a sense of purpose and fulfillment, deepening my connection with my community. Our second awardee for the 2024 Tilden Young Men's Club Scholarship is Mirani Vaughn.
Thank you, Kyle. Amber Wilcox from Cornerstone Bank is here to present the certificate to the recipient of their scholarship.
I'm going to start with Darren gave me a really good idea to remind all you seniors that just got a check from the Legion to come down to the bank tomorrow and open an account if you don't have one already. So I'm here tonight to present the Cornerstone Scholarship, and we award that to Blaine Wolhoff this year.
The Antelope Memorial Hospital Board of Trustees offers a scholarship opportunity to 7 area local schools to assist seniors interested in pursuing health-related fields in education. The scholarship is a memorial to Jody Asmussen for her dedication and devotion to the Antelope Memorial Hospital as a member and president of the Board of Trustees, and for her service to promoting the vision and progress of Antelope Memorial Hospital. When I call your name, please stand and be recognized. The recipient of this scholarship is Macy Hansen. Nucor Foundation was established as a nonprofit corporation for charitable and educational purposes, including the awarding of scholarship grants to deserving men and women. It is the belief of the foundation that the further economic and social progress of the nation is built on the education of its citizens. The awarding scholarships is seen as a way to encourage personal as well as national and community development. When I call your name, please stand and be recognized. The recipients of this scholarship are Mason Schaefer, Emma Qualsett, and Aubrey Dexter Mackey. The Susan T. Buffett Scholarship is named for Susan Thompson Buffett, the late wife of Warren Buffett, who started the scholarship over 50 years ago to provide opportunities for students to pursue higher education regardless of their economic circumstances. To date, almost 10,000 scholars have received the gift of this scholarship. As a Buffett Scholar, you belong to a large community of scholars who show integrity, responsibility, kindness, and respect within and outside your college campus. The Susan T. Buffett Foundation Scholarship Program promotes equity, diversity, and inclusion for students who have the privilege of receiving this scholarship. The scholarship program values a diverse community of learners where all students feel respected, welcome, and safe. The recipient of this scholarship is Mackenzie Newnham. Now we'll present the Academic Achievement Awards. Mrs. Nowicki is up first with the NBC Principals All Academic Team.
There's a bet over here how long it's going to take me to start bawling. JJ informed me that they could be on their phones if I didn't cry. Well, we all know that's not going to happen, right? And the senior boys told me to keep this short, so I don't really have much of a speech other than I have the greatest job that you could ever have. Any of you that don't know what you want to do in the future, go into education. It's a great job. I hang out with these people every day. Every single day. Now, don't get me wrong, some are better than others, but every day I get to hang out with them. They're fun. They're always hungry, by the way. So keep that in mind when you're buying groceries. Man, these kids eat a lot. All right, so the senior boys, I'm moving right on. And we did not separate them, by the way. They just kind of separated on their own. I don't know why we have girls and boys on one side. Waylon, stop throwing things. NBC Principals All Academic Team. This is eligibility is open to juniors and seniors, and they must have a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher. For the seniors, please come forward when your name is called and then kind of hang out here and get your picture taken. Abby Brown, Nathan Decker, he's so glad I was calling him Nathan all night. Annika Firstnam, Maverick Hegeman, Dawson Hanson, Drew Hanson, Macy Hanson, Montana Howard, Jocelyn Larson, Elaine Mulhoff, Brittany Pellin, Kennedy Penny, Emma Qualsett, Mary Vaughn, Gabriel Vigil, Waylon Warnicki, Whitney Wilkins, and Alyssa Wright. Good job, all of you. Juniors, Jessica Black, Carly Grober, Paxton Cleveland, Lilia Godel, Jackson Halsey, Travis Halsey, Hayden Sleester, and Jacob Lynn. Do you all have the correct one? The NBC also recognizes scholastic recognition for an ACT that is 28 plus. We also have all their names listed on the board. We went back as far as we could. So if you know of anybody who got a 28 plus prior to 2005, let me know. We had 3 people that achieved this. I think Emma was also recognized last year with the award, and then we also, I do believe, Waylon came squeaking in like right before we had our honors night last year with the state test. So we have Annika Firstenow, Waylon Warnicki, and Emma Paulson, 28 plus. They got really tired of me asking him to keep retaking it. The President's Education Award for Academic Excellence. This involves an award that goes to students with high GPAs and their school activity involvement, their leadership, basically how they behave in the classroom as well. For freshmen, we have Logan Black, Mazzy Kuhar, Calvin Malhoff, Emerson Penny. You guys come forward, sorry. Emerson Penny, Delilah Quilsett, Cameron Rudgens, Landon Rudgens, and Autumn Smith. The sophomores are Ireland Berringer, Cadence DeWitt, Ashlyn Dexter Poshen, Ocean Leister, Evan Slocum, BJ Taki, Skylar Tegler, Katie Warnicki, Jarrett Werner, and Corbin Werner. Juniors, Jessica Black, Carly Broberg, Paxton Cleveland, Lilia Godel, Jackson Halsey, Travis Halsey, Cadence Leister, Jacob Lind. Seniors, Abby Brown, Nathan Decker, Annika Firstenow, Maverick Hegeman, Dawson Hanson, Drew Hanson, Macy Hanson, that's a slug of Hansons right there, Montana Howard, Jocelyn Larson, Wayne Molhoff, Kennedy Penny, Emma Quilsett, Mary Vaughn, Esteban Vigil, Waylon Warnicki, Whitney Wilkins, and Alyssa Wright. Achievers and Achievers is the award given to students by the NSAA. It is given to students that are top of their class academically. The students must also participate in several NSAA activities to be considered in the top 48 by the NSAA. We nominated 3 students for this award, and we had 3 school winners. They weren't in the top 48, but they are recognized by the NSAA as being pretty good leaders in your school. Academically, they're strong, and they participate in a lot of activities. Maverick Hegeman, Emma Qualsett, and Waylon Warnicki. Thank you to all the students in our district who participate in many things while in high school, and they also make their academics a top priority.
The Omaha World Herald 2024 All Academic Program Honorable Mention recognizes distinguished scholarship by an elite member of the Nebraska class of 2024. Please stand and be recognized as I call your name. Honorable mention goes to Macy Hansen and Annika Furstenau. Our teachers will now present their classroom awards. Up first is Mr. Miles with the ARC Awards.
The following students, plus many others, created some amazing art pieces this year. First, I want to recognize the Classroom Art Award winners. For Art 1, it was Bailey Keel, so please stand and be recognized. For Art 2, it was Montana Howard and Evan Slocum. For Art 3, it was Lily Gotto, Paisley Glenn, and Cadence Leister. Art 4 is Brittany Pellin and Whitney Wilkins. These students created some amazing pieces this year, plus many others. I like to say my classroom is a bit of controlled chaos, but amongst the chaos, there's some pretty amazing things that happen. We also participated in 2 art shows this year, the ESU 8 and the NBC. We were pretty well represented, and we brought back a lot of ribbons. As we had several students receive ribbons, I do want to recognize some individual judges' merits for both the shows. These winners were handpicked by the judges at the art show for their extraordinary work. For ESU 8 was Montana Howard. And you can just stay standing. For NBC was Montana. For 2 of her art pieces, Lily Godel, Cadence Leister, and then Casey King. Facebook page, but it's a really nice painting of a tractor. Thank you.
I have the Business and Computer Science Awards, which are given to students who receive the highest grade and show great character. If you will stand to be recognized, please. High school careers: Abby Brown, Annika Furstenau, Jocelyn Larson, Brittany Pellin, Kennedy Penny, Marissa Smith, Whitney Wilkins. In personal finance, Jocelyn Larson, Blaine Moloff, Kennedy Penny, Emma Qualsett, and Whitney Wilkins. Our Information Technology 1 and Computer Science classes are Cadence DeWitt, Ireland Behringer, JJ Black, and Caden Howard. And my last one is Accounting 1 with Annika Furstenau, Dawson Hansen, Esteban Vigil, and Mason Schaefer. I also would like to take just a few moments to recognize some students who have given many hours to our school. Many of you have purchased a yearbook in the past. Do you realize that these books will last you a lifetime? at your 10-year reunion, your 20-year reunion, and so on. You will look back with many memories. Believe it or not, I have had students come in and say, "Hey, Mrs. Parks, do you have a yearbook from when my mom graduated?" And we have looked at those over and over. Not just you, Lily, not just you. So if you are on the yearbook staff, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you to these students for their amazing time and dedication to our yearbook and our school.
All right, tonight I'm announcing the award recipients for my English 9 section and my speech classes. The award for English 9 goes to Mazzy Kuhar. She has done an excellent job this year. Congratulations, Mazzy. Please stand. For my speech classes, I have 2 award winners for first semester and 2 for second semester. Autumn Smith, Delilah Fawcett, Ireland Behringer, and Emerson Penny. Please stand. Congratulations to all of you. Mr. Dippers.
I'd like to start by just saying it is extremely tough to select winners of the Language Arts Awards because we have so many peerless students. But the final selections are determined by a student's passion for writing, reading, and willingness to participate in class, as well as aptitude in the subject. English 9, my award goes to Cameron Hutchins. English 10, I have 2 sections, so one goes to Corbin Warner and Ireland Behringer. My American Literature Awards, which are junior class awards, goes to J.J. Black and Kellen Holbeck. And then my British Literature Awards, our senior class, and I kind of went with more of a career award with these because these 2 students, really have done really well, and I really enjoyed them in class. I enjoyed all my seniors this year; they've been fabulous. But these 2 have really stood out kind of throughout the course of my time with them, and that's Mason Schaefer and Montana Howard.
For this evening, I would like to honor and recognize the following students for not only great academic achievement and work, but also for their outstanding leadership within the class. These students go above and beyond to help me out. They advocate in a positive manner, add great class discussions, and have helped provide a positive environment for all of us to be in. And kind of like what Mr. Dittmer said, it's very hard to pick students. I think for most of us, we can say that we thoroughly enjoy each and every one of you students, so great job. So with that being said, when I call your name, please stand and be recognized as your certificates will be in your packets. For nutrition, Corbin Warner. Independent living is Sydney Dominguez. Parenting, we have an amazing senior class that take parenting, and so it kind of boiled down to first semester, second semester, top grade, as well as leadership in and out of the classroom. And so this goes to Emma Paulsett and Meredith Vaughn. Child development, Kinsey Muda. Psychology, Ellie Bromley, Montana Howard, and Cadence Leeser. And healthy relationships, Abby Brown. I would also like like to recognize one more group that have successfully completed all 3 dual credit education classes, EDU 150, 250, and 275. All of this has been done through Wayne State College. They are an incredible group of women that are fun. They have a very driven future that they are pursuing to be as educators. They also have a passion for helping others, especially the littles. So please help me recognize and congratulate Miss Abby Brown, Meredith Vaughn, and Alyssa Wright.
Mr. Klein, I'm representing Mrs. Black tonight as well. She's at the zoo as a chaperone with 4th graders, so I'm guessing she's having a harder time tonight. But her award winners for Algebra 1, Mazzy Kuhar. And Informal Geometry, Ashley Dexter Postgen. My awards, I give out the award for highest average in each class, and that's not to discount any of the other students that are close to that number. I believe in the queen rising to the top and really awarding one award for each class. So for geometry, my award winner is Emerson Penny. Algebra 2, Corbin Warner. Tech Math, Easton Rystrom. Pre-calculus, I actually had a tie between 2 students for average. I only had one award to give, so I did the tiebreaker was going to be test average, and we had 16 tests. The students probably think we had about 100, but we had 16 tests. JJ Black had 1,591 points out of 1,600 possible, and Jake Lind had 1,585 points. So JJ won by just the slightest of margin, but good job for Jake as well. JJ Black got the award. Calculus, and just a side note on calculus, all 3 students that got 28 plus on the ACT took calculus. I don't know if there's any kind of correlation there or anything, but I'm just saying. Anyway, my winner in calculus was Annika Firstenow. And this was my first year teaching statistics. Not my favorite math class. Very dry, lots of like words, and you have to write stuff out. We started hitting math about March. I told my students next year I'm going to have to like zip through those first 12 chapters and get to the math section quicker. But the winner of the award in statistics is Dawson Hanson. Yeah. All right. Next up is Mrs. Gale.
So if you look at the back of the program, I'm not listed as an extracurricular. I'm only listed as a classroom. So I'm going to be talking a lot right now because I'm going to talk about classroom, but also extracurricular. So I'm going to start with the band and then move on to the choir. If I could have all the band members please stand and be recognized. Thank you, band, for your talent, your hard work, your time, your dedication to all aspects of band, the marching band, the pep band, the concert band, and all the honor bands. There are a lot of thank yous that need to be given this evening when it comes to the music department. I've talked and seen many different music programs, especially in this area, and I'm grateful for not only the musicians in Elkhorn Valley, but the support that they get from their parents. You don't only support your student, but you do a lot to keep our music program active and thriving. We are blessed to have the administration that we do that not only allows us to attend various events, but they are there at those events to support them and help with transportation or anything else that is needed. I've been here for a really long time, and I can count on one hand how many times I've been told no. They are very, very supportive. Our custodial staff wear many hats, and when it comes to the music department, they are so helpful when it comes to setup, takedown, and everything else in between throughout the year. And finally, students, thank you for making room in your schedule, which is very hard to do, your talent and your hard work. We have had a great year, and I appreciate you for making that happen. First, I'd like to recognize and thank this year's drum major, Alyssa Wright, if you would stand up, please. Thank you, Alyssa, for your leadership and skills in leading the band this year. After having been drum major last year as well, it was awesome to just let you take over this year and lead the band. I know I not only appreciate you leading them, but helping me with the tasks in band and choir, such as checking out all the robes, uniforms, and remembering things that need to be done. So thank you, Alyssa. As all of the letter awards, district music contest certificates, and the many other certificates are in your award packets, there are just a few that I'd like to hand out this evening. The next 3 awards are the highest, most prestigious awards given in the band department. These awards will have the student's name on the plaques that are displayed in the band room. And we talk about those plaques, so if you're one of them, your name gets brought up every single year in the elementary because we tell them what a great band student you were. And they know who you are. Oh, that was my aunt's grandma or whatever. They know who you are. So the Louis Armstrong Award is given to a student or students who have outstanding achievements in the field of jazz, as demonstrated through superior musicianship, character, and individual creativity. Jazz band students not only enjoy playing their instrument, but they enjoy the style and the small ensemble feel of jazz band. And since COVID, jazz band students not only commit their time to jazz band, but as other students are getting a study hall around them or doing other things, they concentrate on doing jazz band right in the middle of the room. So pretty proud of that. These 2 students have not only been leaders in the jazz band, but have had several different solos in the last few years. They have a high level of musicianship that helped the group to play that way as well. Congratulations to Emma Qualsett and Maren Yvonne for being this year's recipients. Girls, if you just want to stay here, that'd be fine, so you don't have to look back and forth. The next award is the Gold Director's Award. This is given to the student with the 2nd highest letter points earned. This student has led her section with her playing both in concert band and jazz band, pet band when she can, and marching band. She is a very skilled player, and her confidence in her skills in performing are very admirable. Her playing and singing will definitely be a lifelong passion and skill. And I think she's thinking she's going to be a tuba player next year. So congratulations to Maren Yvonne as the Gold Director's Award recipient. The last and most prestigious honor given in the band department this evening is the John Philip Sousa Award. This goes to an individual who has been very dedicated to the band program. This award requires the student to have acquired the most letter points of all students. This student has been so fun to watch grow as a musician. She is very studious and works very hard. She not only plays and leads well in jazz band, pet band, marching band, and concert band, but she puts a lot of extra time and practice to do solos and auditions and has been selected to several honor bands. I appreciate her confidence on both instruments she plays, the bass clarinet and the tenor saxophone, and I'm so proud of her accolade of being selected to the National FFA Honor Band. I'm also excited that she is planning on going on to play at a higher level and know that this will be a lifelong skill for her. I'm pleased and honored to name Emma Qualsett as this year's recipient of the John Philip Sousa Award. Thank you, girls. They can sit down, yes. Thank you. The next award is the Distinguished Service Award and is given to a student or students that do just that. They step up and help even when asked not to do so. They see or know something needs done and they do it, where they are asking what can they do to help. This award is given to a student or students that have to do a little bit more than the rest, or just do a little bit more than the people around them. These particular students do things on their free time. Some of them do TA work, even though they're not getting TA credit. There have been numerous tasks that have saved me so much time as they step up and ask what they can do to help. There are quite a few this year, but throughout the year, the drums are a big deal, and they do a lot of that kind of thing, but there are so many other things as well. Thank you to the following students: Alyssa Wright, Logan Black, Calvin Moloff, Isaac and Isaiah Eckert, as I always say, I squared, Drew Hansen, and Abe Rottenberg. Please come forward. Thanks, guys. At this time, if I could have all the choir students, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your voices, your time, your dedication, and love for music. Again, the majority of the certificates are in your packets. However, the next 3 awards are the high awards given in the choir department, also with their names displayed on plaques in the choir room. The student earning the most points throughout the 4 years of choir is given the top award in choir, called the Outstanding Choral Award. This individual has stepped up many times to share her talent by singing the anthem, solos at contest and home show, and several honor choirs. Her talent and volume has helped our choir and show choir sing better and stronger. I've appreciated her leadership and her passion for music, both vocally and instrumentally. I'm so happy for her and her accolade of being selected to the State FFA Choir for 2 years. Congratulations, Marini Vaughn, for earning the Outstanding Choral Award. Please come forward. The next award this evening is called the Gene Work Leadership Award. This is given to a student or students who have helped the choir not only with their talents, but their leadership. These students lead with their singing and their actions. They enjoy music, singing, and have led on a day-to-day basis in choir and in show choir. They take singing and the vocal music program seriously and use their passion for music to better not only themselves, but others around them. I'm pleased to announce that Marini Vaughn, Lacey Brandt, and Paisley Glenn are this year's recipients. Please come forward. The final award given this evening is given to a show choir member or members that display wonderful performance skills and has contributed greatly to the show choir. It is called the Outstanding Showcase Award. We appreciate their desire and input when putting the show choir together just as much as being on the stage and performing. This year, the Outstanding Showcase Award goes to Marini Vaughn, Paisley Glenn, Lacey Brandt, Gabe McFarland, Drew Hansen, Jessica Black, and Macy Hansen. Please come forward. I just checked them today. I know they're all there. Thank you, musicians, for everything, and community. Next will be Mrs. Vaughn.
I'm going to be giving awards for our PE department. First of all, weight training. It's a class in which students do strength training 3 days a week. They learn the importance of recovery and dynamic stretching and enjoy cardiovascular events once a week. Please stand up when I read your name, as these lifters are getting their award based on work ethic, effort, and attitude. Miles Fulsass, Caden Howard, Gabe McFarland, Kellen Olenek, and Evan Slocum. Thanks for being here, Kellen. All right, in my co-ed PE class, this is, and also health, this is for the freshmen. It's a class in which the students receive daily points not only for participation, but also effort and attitude. The students develop skills such as cardiovascular exercises, team sports, pickleball, badminton, hockey, line dancing, fitness testing, soccer, mat ball, wiffle ball, and other activities. We also incorporate health education into our schedule throughout this semester. Some of the health topics we covered are life-saving skills such as CPR and the Heimlich maneuver, and using a tourniquet, benefits of exercise, and decision-making skills. The following students have displayed wonderful qualities in the gym and the classroom, not only with respect, effort, and attitude, but their knowledge of activities, work ethic, teamwork, and leadership qualities. When I read your name, please stand up. Your medals are in your packets. Logan Black, Raylan Brummels, Mazzy Kuhar, Delilah Qualsett, Landon Rutchins, Dragan Boyle, Gail Haysbrook, Emerson Penny, Cameron Rutchins, and Autumn Smith. And now I am happy to announce we have another 1,200-pound club member. This award is for a 4-lift max out result. I'm always excited to reward the students that put in the work in the weight room. This work that is put in is not usually for show, but behind the scenes. This award shows grit, determination, and obviously pure strength. It makes my job easy when the students that come in with specific goals in mind and they are ready to get after them. The newest 1,200-pound club member is Kellen Olenek. Congratulations, Kellen. And I stole a quote off the internet. And it said, "This trophy is earned in the hours that no one is watching." And I have an awesome little trophy for you. And next are our science teachers.
Okay, so regarding science, I'm going to present a few awards for anatomy and biology and chemistry as well. With anatomy, it is a senior-led class. We have great numbers in there, 24, 25 students. It's been a lot of fun this year, and I've been upfront with them. I told them it's been a great year. It's one of my favorite years I think I've had in anatomy, and great feedback, a serious group. When it came time to come up with these awards, kind of based a lot on questions that the kids ask, because we have a lot of students that do exceptionally well in there, but sometimes the questions they ask just kind of make them stand out in their own special way. And with these awards, I'm going to give those to Waylon Warnicki, Kennedy Penny, and Anna Fursnell. You guys, I've got medals, but I'll just put them in your packets. And with biology, it's a lot of the same. Again, a good-sized class, 2 sections of them. I didn't break it down into sections. But Katie Warnicki, Corbin Warner, and Ocean Meister definitely stood out. Congratulations. And then with chemistry, I have 1 section of chemistry, and Mr. Carlin has one as well. Again, that was a struggle as well. There's like 3 students that really seem to be right there at the top, and it always boils down to who asks the best questions. Sometimes it's application of knowledge or tying something we're talking about into a current event, just off the cuff. Somebody will say something that just sticks with me, and I don't even think he's here. He's probably out studying chemistry. Jay Halsey. Is Jay here? I'm not, that's serious. Jay did a great job. Great job.
I use a lot of the same criteria as Mr. Meyer here. I also take into account the citizenship in class, how they treat their classmates, participate, things like that. For physical science, we have Raylan Brummels, Mazzy Kuhar, Logan Black, Emerson Penny, Cameron Rutchins, and Landon Rutchins, if you guys would please stand real quick. For chemistry, there was two that really stood out this year academically, Abby Brown and Kellen Ollendick. And then our small but mighty physics class with very few numbers here had a lot of working together that I would say that these three really seem to help go above and beyond and helping each other out within the confines that I allow. That is Tristan Koloff, Wayne Roloff, and Wayne Warnke.
And next up will be Spanish.
There are 3 students that I'd like to recognize tonight for their commitment to the Spanish program and for completing 4 years of Spanish. So please stand Annika Furstenau, Emma Qualsett, and Whitney Wilkins. I've watched you learn and grow so much over our time together. Quiero que ustedes viajen y aprendan mucho, mucho más. Thank you, girls, for your hard work and dedication.
Hello, I'm Mr. Frater. I teach junior high social studies and world history. This year, the World History Award is given to the individual or individuals who show not only academic excellence, but a love and true understanding for world history. This year, the award goes to Mr. Evan Sloan. Next is Mr. Wickheiser.
Good evening. Thank you. All right. For social studies in the high school, freshmen, juniors, and the seniors. So freshmen take geography, which is a one-semester course. This is a group that really wants to learn at a high level. I give them a compliment as a class. And there were 7 of you that really just excelled at a very high level, and it was kind of hard to pick, so I didn't. And so I'm going to recognize all 7. But for all of the awards that I want to give for the classroom tonight, it always comes down to an extremely high grade, quantity and quality of work, and are great leaders by example. So I'm going to recognize 7 in freshman geography. And they could come from either semester. So please stand, and all of these awards are in your packets. Raylan Brummels, Kayla Haysbrook, Mazzy Kuhar, Emerson Penny, Delilah Qualsett, Cameron Rutchins, and Autumn Smith. For juniors, for United States History, the Advanced College Prep course, there were 2 that met the criteria, and J.J. Black and Jake Lind. And for seniors, and I'd like to say to the entire senior class, we've really appreciated you, and you've shown tremendous growth over the years. We're going to miss you greatly. Thank you all for everything you've done for our school. I'd like to recognize 3 for Advanced American Government: Annika Furstenau, Emma Qualsett, and Whitney Wilkins. I'd also like to recognize our student council. So please stand and be recognized. Freshman representatives: Logan Black and Cameron Rutchins. Sophomore representatives: Katie Warnicki and Jared Werner. Junior representatives J.J. Black and Jake Lind. Senior representatives Jocelyn Larson and Emma Qualsett. Student body officers, President Annika Furstenau, Vice President Blaine Malhoff, Secretary Alyssa Wright, and Treasurer Maverick Hageman. Just a few highlights of student council activity throughout the year. In the fall, you can have a seat. Just mention a few things that we're helping and leading with throughout the year. We assist the BMW dance team in preparing for our homecoming coronation ceremony, which I think in Elkhorn Valley we really make that pretty special. And so thank you, Stuco, for all of your help there. We sponsored the junior high dance, and the credit to the student council kids for really taking ownership of that and making that an enjoyable time for the junior high. We oversee and coordinate the Kids Heart Challenge for the many elementary students participate in. And this next week we'll be preparing for and hosting our senior tea after the graduation rehearsal on Wednesday. And just overall, these are a great group of students who are elected leaders and representatives of their classmates. Thank you.
First up is the Teammate Scholarship. Corey Hansen is here to present.
I think we better stand up and stretch a second. We're halfway. As part of the board of the directors for the Teammates program, I want to recognize tonight two scholarship winners. The mission of the Teammates mentoring program is to positively impact the world by inspiring students to reach their full potential through mentoring. Tonight's recipients of the EV Teammates scholarships are Mackenzie Mutta and Bailey Keel. Girls want to come forward. I also want to recognize that Mackenzie is also the recipient of the Teammates Mentoring Northeast Community College Scholarship that was selected by the Teammates Mentoring Central Office. They stress that this is an amazing scholarship opportunity for Kenzie and she is most deserving. They want you to know that you should feel proud for all your hard work, dedication, and commitment you have put forth. Congratulations.
Larry Innes and his family feel the need to pay it forward, and that is where this next scholarship comes from. Larry entered the Marines after high school, even though he had a scholarship to play basketball. During a pickup game before he was sent to Vietnam, Larry found out he was playing with the basketball coach for the Marines team, and when he got asked to play basketball instead of going to Vietnam. When he returned home, he attended Northeast Community College in Wayne and obtained his master's. His GI Bill paid for his schooling. Education means a lot to him and his wife, and they want to be able to help students get their education. This scholarship is given by Larry and his wife, who are very involved with Teammates, so that is an important factor. When his parents left him the family farm, it just made sense to pay it forward and help a student achieve their educational dreams. The recipients of this scholarship are Bailey Keel and Mackenzie Mutta. Tom and Mary Westfall had 2 boys graduate from Elkhorn Valley. Mary worked at EB for a long time, and the students here and the future education was important to her and her family. They wanted to be able to provide support to a student that would be attending Northeast Community College. This year's recipient is Blaine Moloff. We continue to be so lucky that the alumni of Tilden High want us to remember their school. They continue to support the wonderful students at Elkhorn Valley and their future education goals. We laughed about the memories of the giant study hall room and the dictionary that were there that they shared. They shared that cold lunches were brought from home, and that was the thing. It wasn't until 1964-65 school year that hot lunches even started. A great point was brought up that the building was special, but it was because of the teachers that helped make it that way. Thank goodness for such great memories made. They are a great group of people, and it gives me great pleasure to present the award. Dawson Hanson, Drew Hanson, and Macy Hanson. Every year, the staff at Elkhorn Valley pays a fee to be able to add a Jeans Day to our calendar. And knowing that this is going to provide a scholarship to one of our graduating seniors and we get to wear jeans, it's a win-win. Education is obviously something very important to us as a school. And seeing someone continuing to grow in their love of education is very exciting. It gives me great pleasure to present the Jeans Day Scholarship to Marini Vaughn. Next up is the Lois Larson Memorial Scholarship. You may recognize that last name as we've had several Larsons attend Elkhorn Valley. Lois thought a lot of good education and providing opportunities for students. She was always asking her grandchildren what and how they were doing in school. She was always asking her grandchildren, or letting her grandchildren know how good an education is. She was a country school teacher for many years, and her sister was an English professor at Midland University. Her 3 sons graduated from here and have several great-grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Her grandson, Chad's wife, Jolene, is here to present this year's recipient their scholarship. The Lois Larson Memorial Scholarship goes to Alyssa Wright. Ruth and her husband moved to Tilden in 1964. She was the city librarian and managed the first low-priced government apartments. When her husband passed away in 1967, she finished classes at Wayne State College and remained the Tilden librarian for 21 years. She served on the Elkhorn Valley School Board for 12 and a half years before moving to Lincoln. Being active in the community was always important to Ruth. The recipient of the Ruth Lenser Memorial Scholarship is Macy Hanson. Next is the Paul and Carrie Corkle Scholarship, and I've spoke with several people to find out a little bit more about Mr. and Mrs. Corkle and why EV students are fortunate enough to have the opportunity to apply for their scholarship. What I discovered is they owned Corporal Farm Supply, and one of their two daughters was involved in education. Their daughter asked Elkhorn Valley to start a foundation for students to be able to apply for scholarships in her parents' honor. The foundation was formed and $10,000 were donated. The scholarship has been offered since 1995. The recipient of this year's scholarship is Dawson Hanson. Next is the Paul Cooper Memorial Scholarship. Paul was a band instructor for several years at several different schools in Nebraska. He could play any instrument, even by playing with just listening to it, even when he was really young. Education was important to him, and after he passed, his family wanted to be able to help students continue their education to pursue what they love to do. The recipient of this year's scholarship is Blaine Woloff. The EV Foundation was originally started through the Corporal family's original donation of $10,000. Since then, families have donated money to our school to be used for scholarships for our graduating seniors. In the trophy case by the new gym on the far right side, by a statuette of who I still cannot believe is Derek Warner. A lot of the names that you'll see on this list have also created their own memorial scholarships. This plaque shares the names of people from around our community that see your value, the people that believe in your future, the people you may know and people you may not. But the underlying goal is they want to be a part of helping you achieve your educational dreams. The recipient of this scholarship is Abby Brown. Next is the Robert and Joan Hodgson Memorial Scholarship. Robert grew up in Kansas. He didn't get to graduate high school right away as he enlisted in the Navy to go serve in World War II. After the war was over, he returned home, graduated from high school, enrolled at K-State, and graduated from there as a veterinarian. After finding an ad in a magazine, Robert moved to Nebraska to become a veterinarian. Education, science, agriculture were always important to him and his family. He served on the Elkhorn Valley School Board for 12 years. The recipients of this year's scholarships are Marini Vaughn and Jocelyn Larson. Next is the Tilden Community Hospital Healthcare Career Scholarship. This scholarship was started a couple years before the hospital closed. The board wanted to be able to support EV seniors that want to go into a healthcare field. After they closed, they decided to put the money aside to be able to continue to still provide support for students wanting to make a difference in the field of healthcare. This year's recipient is Macy Hansen. Next is the Harold Ritter Memorial Scholarship. Many were drawn and fascinated by Harold's mechanical innovations. A farmer by day and a wood carver by night, and the wizard inventor with any other spare moment he had. Harold lived every day of his extraordinary life to its fullest. If he wanted something, he made it, often improvising with stuff he just had hanging around his shop. Possessing boundless curiosity and zeal, he was always immersed in a project and generating ideas for dozens of others. He could figure out how anything worked just by looking at it. He loved Nebraska and its land and planted over 1,000 trees on his property. He is a generous supporter of many charities and institutions, including the Antelope County Museum, the Pearson Wildlife Museum, where he found inspiration for his carvings. His foundation now provides support to encourage the youth of Elkhorn Valley to reach for the stars. This year's recipients of the Harold Ritter Memorial Scholarship are Montana Howard, Blaine Woloff, and Mason Schaefer. Next is the Junior Falcon Basketball Scholarship. How exciting that the winners of this scholarship will be the students that had participated as elementary students and then grew up to help keep it going while in high school. This scholarship goes to students who participated in basketball all their years that they were eligible, as well as helped with the Junior Falcon basketball events and activities throughout the years. The recipients are leaders among their teammates, not missing games for academic or discipline reasons, and they can always be counted on. This year's recipients of the Junior Falcon Basketball Scholarship are Drew Hansen, Jocelyn Larson, and Mary Vaughn. I just got the nod from Sam to go ahead and present the EV Wrestling myself. Their EV Wrestling Scholarship goes to Maverick Hageman and Kennedy Penny. Tim Hart became a fan and avid supporter of wrestling when his sons Doug and Tyler started wrestling at a very young age. From that time until his passing on May 5th, 2023, he could often be found sitting outside with his camera and a bag of popcorn, taking pictures and supporting the team. As many of you know, wrestling is more of a family than a team, and Tim thought of the wrestlers as his kids. With this scholarship, Tim can continue. Sorry.
With this scholarship, Tim can continue to support wrestlers at Elkhorn Valley. The recipient of the first Tim Hart Wrestling Memorial Scholarship is Kennedy Penny.
Tim graduated from Elkhorn Valley Schools with the class in 1979. His wife Candy and children, Taryn, Doug, and Tyler, also graduated from EV. Supporting the school by attending sporting events, music, band concerts, any of the speech and one-act plays that he could. It was very important to him. Elkhorn Valley was special to Tim, And with this scholarship, he can continue to support the students who graduate from EB. This recipient is Annika Firstenow. Our next scholarship was started by an Elkhorn Valley alum and her husband. Nancy Schultz Brandt was in the first graduating class at Elkhorn Valley in 1968. She and her husband Bob were both very involved in education throughout their lives, from high school educators to administrative positions. They appreciate and believe that they learned the basics in high school which helped them succeed at the university level. They recognized that and they wanted to pay it forward. The education profession is rewarding and assists students to be successful. College costs continue to rise, and the Brandts want to encourage future educators to enter this rewarding profession and continue to provide quality public education for Nebraska. The recipient of the Robert and Nancy Schultz Brandt Family Educator Scholarship is Abby Brown. The next scholarship talks to the point of how important the people are to making a school special. The Elizabeth Decker Memorial Scholarship. Miss Decker was an elementary teacher for over 20 years. She never married, so her students were her children. Tilden is so very special to her that she provided a scholarship in her name to a student that wants to make a difference as an educator, and that was important to her. The recipient of the Elizabeth Deckert Memorial Scholarship is Marin Vaughn. Pat and Keith Leckron were longtime residents of Tilden. Mr. Leckron was the pre-K-12 principal for 3 years before becoming our superintendent. He retired in 2019. The Leckrons have a passion for education and a love for Elkhorn Valley. They created a scholarship to help support an EB senior that is going into education. The recipient this year is Marin Vaughn. I'm going to finish my part of the evening by recognizing students that have received merit scholarships or college scholarships from the colleges that they have applied to throughout the year while working on making their final decisions as to where they were going to attend. I apologize if I missed anyone. I've been asking for these since they started applying at schools at the beginning of the year. But this last couple of weeks has been a mad dash to the finish since it's honors night. But if I do miss somebody, make sure that you're letting me know so I can get it included in the graduation insert. Stand as I call your name, please, and be recognized. Abby Brown. Northeast Community College President Scholarship, Chadron State Board of Trustees and President Scholars, Wayne State Dean's Excellence Scholarship. Nate Decker. Nebraska Wesleyan President's Scholarship. Maverick Hageman. Southeast Community College Wrestling Scholarship. Nebraska Wesleyan Board of Governors Scholarship, Wayne State College Career Scholars and Dean Scholarship, Midland University Football Scholarship, Morningside Academic and Track Scholarship, Doane Academic and Football Scholarship, Mount Marty Academic and Football Scholarship. Drew Hansen, Wayne State College Leadership Award and UAKM Academic Scholarship. Macy Hansen, Wayne State Dean Scholarship, University of South Dakota Academic Scholarship. Montana Howard, Laramie County Community College Presidential Scholarship. Jocelyn Larson, University of Nebraska Kearney Loper Achievement, University of Nebraska at Lincoln Husker Power. Leighton Meyer, Northeast Community College Nebraska Career Scholarship. Lane Woloff, Northeast Community College Nebraska Career Scholarship and Dean Scholarship. Brittany Pellen, Wayne State College Dean's Commitment Scholarship and Doane University Board of Trustees Scholarship. Kennedy Penny, Wayne State College RHOP Rural Health Opportunities Program. Emma Paulson, University of Wyoming Brown and Gold Scholarship. Mary Vaughn, Wayne State College Career Scholars Cooperative Education. Waylon Warnicki, Nebraska Wesleyan University Board of Governors Scholarship. Whitney Wilkins, as the UNL Husker Traditions, We Are Nebraska, and Wayne State's Dean's Excellence. Start off the extracurricular section. Yeah, that's good. I don't want to stand on my tippy toes like Laura did. I'm the cross-country coach, and I would like my seniors to stand: Owen, Waylon, Jocelyn, and Chris. I would like all the cross-country people to stand that are here. Not very many. Cross-country is a hard sport. It takes a lot of mental strength. Oh, stay standing, stay standing. And I just want to thank you all for your dedication. Okay, so now those of you that went to districts and ran, now you stay up and everybody else can sit down. These individuals went to districts and they did an amazing job. The boys qualified for state, and Tristan and Waylon qualified individually. And the girls came really close to qualifying as a team, but Mazzy and T qualified individually. Overall, the teams did really well this year. The boys had 3 championships, including the district championship, 2 runners-up. The girls had 2 runner-up trophies and a lot of 3rd and 4th place finishes. I also want to mention that these individuals that went to districts, there's a new award by the Nebraska Coaches Association. They're starting to acknowledge the academic side of this, and so for the first year, both my cross-country girls and boys teams had a GPA of 3.8, and they are getting the award. They're the inaugural group, so that's pretty impressive. You guys can sit down. I'll talk about the rest while you guys are sitting down. We had several people that got
School records this year: Katie Warnicki, Marissa Bennett, Jocelyn Larson, Tegan Haysbrook, Mazzy Kuhar, Tristan McLeod, and Waylon Warnicki all got school records. I would like to mention Mazzy. Mazzy needs to stand. She earned 2 spots on the top 10 fastest time of all time. She's out of the board out here. She got 6th place and 10th place. That's pretty cool. I really enjoy coaching cross country, and I'm going to really miss the seniors. I also like to make an announcement. My new cross country assistant coach is Sheena Cornett. Nancy's up next.
At this time, I would like to give a special thank you to these high school dancers. They have worked really hard throughout the year, and I so appreciate their dedication to dance. We have a lot of talent, and all of these girls come up with their own routines, and then they get up in front of, obviously, the crowd at home football and basketball games. And they also made morning practices possible. They have completed community service. The high school had to complete 5 hours of community service. That was not led by me. Obviously, they had to do this as something on their own. And then on top of that, they did everything and anything that I asked of them. So therefore, when I call your name, I would like to recognize the 2023-2024 dancers. Freshman, Autumn Smith, letter winner. Eric Lewis is also a freshman that was a dancer. Sophomores, Skylar Tegler and Ireland Behringer, letter winners. Junior, Paisley Glenn, letter winner. And before I get to these seniors, I want to give them an extended and special thank you, as well as a huge shout out, who will be greatly missed. Like I said, there is a lot of talent here, and really put forth their dedication and time. And so can our senior dance team can you members come forward? They are Macy Hansen, captain, Lacey Brandt, co-captain, Annika Firstna, and Mary Vaughn. Give these ladies another round of applause, please. And we've got football. Yep, football with Mr. Black.
Sorry guys, I didn't get your flowers. I'm going to throw that out there right now. Just so you know, the 6th grade field trip that most of these guys in here experienced went off without a hitch today. I know my personal dream came true as I was driving the 75 passenger bus in the middle lane of I-680. That fantastic phrase coming from behind me that says, "Mr. Black, we need the trash can. We've got a kid that feels carsick." It was fine. He was fine. But anyway, so I'd like to say a quick thank yous too before I introduce the seniors and the rest of the team. First, to the fans, thank you so much for coming out this year to support. It didn't matter if we were home or away, you knew that we had a crowd, so thank you. Thank you to the players' families for allowing us to coach your young men. It was a really fun group this year. We accomplished a lot, and that wouldn't happen without your trust in us. Thank you to the coaches' families. I cannot express enough gratitude for what you have to go through in order for your husbands to coach. The sacrifices you make and the time away from your families is appreciated. It's far beyond what I can express. Thank you to not only my assistant football coaches, but really to all the coaches and teachers up here. It really is a service decision to make for other people to go out and work with young people and try and teach them life skills and strategies through competition. And without your time and effort, I think a lot of good lessons would be lost, so thank you all for that. I'm going to ask the seniors to stand. Nate Decker, Mason Schaefer, Maverick Hegeman, Drew Hansen, Dawson Hansen, Dominic Otis, Tristan Koloff, and Layden Meyer. This is the biggest group of seniors we've had in a while, and I can't say enough about their leadership. They work hard, they compete, and they want to win. They're one of the most physical groups that we've had, and they're just a lot of fun to coach. And now if the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, if you would stand, be recognized too. So we're expecting a lot of you can stay standing for just a minute, fellas. Yeah, we got a lot of production out of this younger group too this year, especially in practice. It was nice to have a big freshman class to come in and challenge our top 10 guys and really make them better. So I can't say enough about these kids. They really work hard. They came to practice. They were ready to go, and were physical when we needed them to. Thanks, guys. You can go see. To say this past season was a success would be a huge understatement. This team is the first to accomplish so much in quite some time. As a team, we finished, I'm terrible at reading, by the way, normally I just wing this thing. We finished 8-3 on the season, won not just the first, but also the second playoff game in EV 8-man history. We broke 7 team records. Maverick Hageman holds the records for season rushing, career rushing, season tackles, and career tackles. Nate Decker now holds the season interception record. By the records I have, this is the best scoring defense that we've ever had. This defense created 27 turnovers. 27 turnovers, so I would say that's black shirt worthy. Well, the old school black shirt, right? Yeah. One of the best memories I think some of these guys would have would be our redemption game against Plainview. Plainview, and this kind of goes to that defensive record, average 42 points a game by the time we played them the second time around, and we held them to 6. So when I say this is a physical football team, I mean it's a physical football team. Every time I went through the line shaking the coach's hand, every single coach said, "Man, you guys are physical." So it just goes to show you how much that they like to compete and how much they love the game. One last thing, I'd like to congratulate Maverick Hegeman, Dawson Hansen, and Nate Decker for being selected to play in All-Star games this summer. All 3 will play in the Northeast Nebraska All-Star game on Saturday, June 8th at 11 o'clock in Norfolk. So make sure you get tickets to get out to see that. In addition to that, Maverick will also play in the Sertoma 8-man football game on Saturday, June 16th at 6 p.m. at the Hastings College Sports Complex. Seniors, the coaches and I would like to wish you the best. We look forward to seeing the men that you develop into being, and for the rest of you, we look forward to next year because we expect to still do great things.
And I'm not good at winging it, so I'm going to read my speech. Thank you, Mr. Black. Thank you also to my assistant coaches, Coach Eyman and Coach Shute, for always stepping up and helping out. Thank you to the administration and for your support, and especially to Mrs. Smeal for all of her work. A lot of it's behind the scenes and very time consuming. Thank you to everyone that helps our nights go smoothly, the line judges, my mom for all of the books that she does for us, helping with the clock, Mr. Klein, and Brian for the music. Thanks to Steve, still our favorite bus driver. Thank you to the student body and Mrs. Gale and the pep band for playing at our home games. Thank you to the parents for your support and the encouragement and all the time you put into coming to the games, helping to feed the girls, whether it be with locker room treats, the extra postseason suppers you planned, or meals after games, and shelling out money for camps, warm-ups, and everything else I know you do. Thank you to my family for all being a part of our volleyball team, Stuart for being our voice of the Falcons, and Larissa for student managing. And lastly, for the girls, a special thank you to this group of girls for choosing to opt for volleyball and working and competing every day, starting in the summer, to make yourselves and your team better. It's a fast and furious season and not a lot of days off. When you come in every day with a great attitude, that makes a coach's job a lot easier. It's a pretty unique sport where once the season starts, almost every practice is the night before a match or the night after one or both. That can be quite the grind for 2.5 to 3 months. They don't get to just go through the motions and they don't have many days off, but they do it anyways. They show up to work and they usually do it with smiles on their faces. This team helps with extra volleyball activities for our junior Falcons and they never complain. A lot of this comes from our senior leaders and trickles down to our underclassmen, and I'm always reminding the team that there are always little eyes watching. I would like the seniors to please stand up. Annika Furstenau, Macy Hansen, Montana Howard, Kennedy Penny, Mary Vaughn, and Alyssa Wright. This is a special group. They are super supportive of each other on and off the court. And this is one of those groups that I've watched grow up since 3rd grade. Well, and even before. They complement each other well. And they've left a huge impact on our school, not only with the sport of volleyball, but you can see everything that they've done, and you'll recognize that once the night's over with everything they did. They participate in other sports, involved in fine arts, and work super hard at their grades. They have high expectations, and it shows. They gave us everything they have this year, and we sure appreciate them for it. They all can be proud of themselves, and to say that they will be missed is an understatement. So thank you, seniors. Thank you for being a part of EV volleyball. Your hard work and dedication for sure trickles down into our underclassmen and will take you very far into the future. With that, I would like our underclassmen to also stand up. I'm not going to read them off of there in the program. So freshmen, sophomores, and juniors that played volleyball this year, please stand up with them. Mr. Black said, we expect great things out of them going forward. I think that's part of why we love doing this. Being a part of a great school and a great program makes it fun. I'm not going to read the large amounts of honors that these girls received, as they're all listed in the booklet, but I do want to congratulate each and every one of them. And I will give one special shout out to JJ. She did break a few school records this year with her blocking performance. She recorded 11 blocks in our match versus O'Neill and 135 on the season, and she's not that far away from her career blocks. So get that boot off your foot, and we'll be golden. So thank you guys. Thank you.
I too will start with thank yous for the season. First off, thanks to the administration, the school staff, the Booster Club, Miss Vaughn for doing book night in and night out, Jerome for getting us to all of our games, Boyd for being at all the games, and Candy, Hart for being at a lot of the games too, taking pictures, Antelope County News, Tilton Citizen, parents, fans, student managers, our team, Coach Dittmer, Coach Black, Miss Gale for the pep band, Coach Carlin and his family, Coach Walsett and his family, my wife Christy for everything that she does for our program, for me and our team. This year, I don't know, it was kind of a tale of two seasons. The first half of the season, I think we started out 11-0, really hit the ground running, and then kind of snowmageddon, or whatever you want to call it. We had, I think, 6 games in a matter of 2 weeks either get canceled or postponed. I think we had 2 practices within that 2 to 2.5 weeks. It kind of seemed like from that point forward, we kind of got kind of in a lull and just had a hard time getting out of it. It wasn't by lack of effort or anything by that or by those means, but sometimes that just happens. At this time, I'd like all of our team to be recognized. Please stand, please, if you were involved with high school boys basketball. One of the, I would say, big honors that this group had this year was the chance to play the Heartland Hoops Classic in Grand Island. Very, very, very cool venue. Ended up getting beat, kind of a last second deal. But awesome experience for the kids. A big thanks to everybody that made the trip down there to support us. Some other team accomplishments that we had were 3rd place holiday tournament, 4th place NBC conference tournament, overall varsity record of 13-7. Some individual honors. Dawson Hanson was 2nd team NBC All Conference, NCPA Academic All State, Norfolk Daily News Elite 8, 3rd team, Lincoln Journal Star All State Honorable Mention, Omaha World Herald All State Honorable Mention. Dawson has also been selected to play in a couple All-Star games for basketball. One in O'Neill, I'm not sure the date, if you remember that one, Mr. The end of May, and then also one at Northeast Community College, also the end of May. Drew Hansen, Norfolk Daily News. Sorry, go ahead. Drew Hansen, Norfolk Daily News, Elite 8 Honorable Mention. Kellen Oldendeck, 1st team, NBC All Conference. Norfolk Daily News, Elite 8, 1st team. Lincoln Journal Star, All State Honorable Mention. Omaha World Herald, All State Honorable Mention. Corbin Warner, 1st team, NBC All Conference. NCPA Academic All State. Norfolk Daily News, Elite 8, 2nd team. Lincoln Journal Star, All State Honorable Mention. Omaha World Herald, All State Honorable Mention. Seniors, please stand. So this group have kept us coaches on our toes for 4 years. Some unique tendencies, personalities, characteristics that they will be missed very dearly. Maybe some EV history that I'm not aware of, but these seniors have accounted for 68 total wins of their career. Have placed no less than 4th in conference in their 4 years, receiving conference champion, conference runner-up, 3rd place, and then this year, 4th place. Mr. Dittmer with girls basketball.
All right, I'm going to start with thank yous as well. My list is not as inclusive, so I'll keep it a little bit shorter. But there are a ton of people to thank, especially starting with my student managers. But I want to make a point to point out Emma Qualsett. She's been with me for 4 years. She played her freshman year and then continued to aid the team in multiple capacities. But she is a spot-on statistician. thank Emily Vaughn and Stuart Vaughn for their time at the scorer's table and behind the mic. My assistant coach, Sarah Black, and her family for all the time that she puts into our program. Derek Warner, the boys coaching staff, and the rest of the Junior Falcon Committee. And then, of course, my family and all the players' families for all their valued support. Seniors, if you'd stand up, I have Lacey Brandt, Jocelyn Larson, and Mary Vaughn. I'd really like to thank my seniors. They all brought an individual aspect that has brought strength to our teams through the years, whether it was fun, hustle, and effort, or unparalleled support. These seniors have left stories to share with future players. The newspapers and conference coaches selected a few girls for postseason awards, so it's just stand if your name's called out. The Omaha World Herald and Lincoln Journal-Stars both selected Cameron Rutchins, J.J. Black, and Carly Broberg for their All-State Honorable Mention C2 team. The Norfolk Daily News picks their Elite 8 team and selected J.J. for second team, Carly for third team, and Jocelyn and Cameron for honorable mention honors. And then NBC honors went to JJ first team. She was the only junior in the conference, by the way, that made the first team. Carly received second team, and Jocelyn and Cameron both received honorable mention there as well. And I'd also like to point out that Jocelyn was selected for the North Central Nebraska All-Star Game that's played in O'Neill. It's picked by the KVRX radio personalities in O'Neill. Unfortunately, Jocelyn won't be able to play because she'll be probably playing basketball beachside at Florida at that time, I guess. Overall, the JV team finished with a 5-6 record and was extremely committed to everything they could do to win, to be competitive, especially towards the end of the year. I'd say that the 4 games we lost to the weather really affected the JV squad more than most, just because it took away some valuable court time that they don't always get when we get into the conference tournament and district play. The varsity team finished with a 12-8 record, which no doubt would have been 16-8 had we played those 4 games. I know this team had lofty goals, and I had lofty goals for this team. And 8 losses can seem like a lot, but I think back to all those losses, and every single one came down to the final minutes and always a single-digit loss. We were mere seconds away from beating state tournament qualifying teams Niobrara, Verdigris, and Elgin, and we beat 3 teams that did qualify for state in Plainview, Humphrey St. Francis, and Scotts Bluff. The latter was probably one of the more exciting wins of the year, just because you're probably not going to get an opportunity to play a Class B opponent too often in our regular season. But if we could have bottled up that lightning from that game, we would have really soared to amazing heights. I just think of the would-haves, could-haves, and should-haves that I know go through these girls' heads, and I only get excited for the day that those shots go down, the rebound is won, and the defensive stop is made. At this time, I'd like all the girls who were out for basketball this past year to please stand and be recognized. So the last thing I want to point out is that this team should feel extremely honored to know that they have collectively earned a new award that the Nebraska Coaches Association constituted this year. We were one of only 13 C2 schools to receive the Team Academic Excellence Award. The teams earning this award must maintain a 3.3 average, unweighted GPA or better through the winter sports season. So congratulations, girls.
All right, if you want for boys wrestling, please stand up. I'm not going to name you guys because there's a lot of you, I don't know, half of you are maybe here. Anyways, I'm really grateful for this group of young men. They make it pretty darn fun to come in here every day for a few months out of the year. Each year certainly has its shares of ups and downs. We hope that we can keep the downs to a minimum at least. Looking back on the season, there's really a lot to be proud of, even though the final results maybe didn't come as the way that we had intended. The sports has has a way of humbling us, even if we really didn't need to be, which is one of my reasons I love it anyways. Some of the season highlights that we had this year was a 6-2 dual record, conference champ for third year in a row, Osceola and Neely Oakdale tournament champs. To the seniors, this is the biggest group of seniors that we've had thus far. I want to thank you guys for all the time and dedication to your craft that you put in. Sticking out for 4 years, even when it would have been a lot easier, just to throw in the towel commands this amount of respect from us coaches. And I'm sure that your parents would say the same. Thank you guys for everything. You guys can sit down. A big thank you to all the parents of these young men. I'm sure that you put up a lot more than we do as coaches. Between cutting weights and grabbing kids and all that stuff. To the Wrestling Cup, and more specifically Sam and Danielle for all the support. Not just financially, but those two brought, Sam, 11 kids down, junior high kids down to the state tournament this year for 3 days, and Sam's fun little minibus. So thank you guys, that's awesome. To all the fans that come support all these guys, to all the media, especially Candy for coming to almost every single meet. To our admin here for letting us do what we love, to our 3 student managers, and to the girls team and the coaches for sharing the space with you boys. It was a pretty packed room this year with, I think there's like 33 kids in there all together, and then coaches on top of that, so it's pretty crowded at times, but it was a lot of fun. To Sheena, Paige, for tolerating all the time spent away from our side, away from their sides, and lastly to Carter. These guys and I are extremely blessed to have him on our side. One thing to note, we didn't know it last year at this time. Actually, I didn't know it until fall last year, but he received the honor of being named the NSWCA All-Class Assistant Coach of the Year last year. But I mean, he's really as much of a head coach as anybody, so it's just it's an accolade, but very much so deserved one. So.
At this time, with the girls wrestling team, please stand to be recognized. You guys can sit down. So I'm Mr. Mayo. I'm the assistant coach. Coach Alamang, very something since she had prior obligations to be here tonight. So this is her. This sport has grown rapidly in the past 2 years since it's been sanctioned. We went from 3 girls to 10 girls. Thank you to all those who shared their knowledge, time, dedication, and passion for the sport. Big thank you to the coaches such as Tyler and me for all they did this season, as well as Carter and Joey. We had a lot of great success this season. Could my 2 seniors please stand up? We had 2 wonderful seniors that blazed an amazing trail for the underclassmen. Kennedy Penny hit a milestone of 50 wins this year, which was the first for girls wrestling, as well as being a 2-time state qualifier. Montana Howard also accomplished some awesome things this season, but her season was cut short due to injuries. She was a role model for the team. She had qualified last year for the 22-23 season, and if it wasn't for an injury, I'm positive that she would have qualified for the state tournament and had a potential to place as well. We had 2 other qualifiers, Emerson Penny and Lily Hegman. Can you guys please stand? You guys can sit. Some accomplishments we had this past season were, for most pins was Lily Hegman with 35, most wins was Kennedy Penny with 42, most takedowns was Lily Hegman with 58, most tech falls was Marissa Bennett with 1, most escapes was Kennedy Penny with 31, most reversals was Tegan Haysbrook with 10, most consecutive wins was Kennedy Penny with 11, and as of now, the fastest pin is 17 seconds by Lillian Hegman. Thank you for everything that you guys have done for the program. I hope it continues to grow. Good luck with everyone in the future endeavors. I'm also not here for esports. So if you participate in esports, can you please stand and be recognized? There's only a handful of you guys here now. So this is our second year as an esports team, and it was definitely one to remember. This year we added junior high, which was a nice little addition to our team. It's nice to know that we're still growing as a team, and that these upperclassmen can kind of have to try a little harder and not just get their spots. This year we participated in the following games: Clash Royale, Super Smash Bros., and Mario Kart, and we actually had several teams qualify for the NSCSA Fall Championship. For Clash Royale, we had Adam Dexter, Miles Fullsauce, and Caden McAllister. The other team was Brian Malongo, Tregan Boyle, and Kenny Peterson. Tregan's here. You don't understand. And then for our other final team was Super Smash Bros. We had Easton Rystrom and Jonathan Barrier qualify. So it was a pretty successful year. I also want to say thank you to Mr. Ritter for being an amazing assistant and helping. And also my wife's not here, but for my wife for just putting up with me being gone for all this stuff. Thanks.
I'm Mr. Klein again. I coach both girls and boys golf. I'm going to start with girls golf. Small but powerful team of 3. We have Abby Brown and Emma Paulson, my seniors, and Delilah Paulson, my freshman. I'd like to thank my 2 seniors for putting up with me for 4 years. I guess you probably put up with me too, or all that good stuff. I enjoyed the time we had together. I think we have fun playing golf. It's a lifelong sport. I'm always offering for more girls to join the group. It's enjoyable. It's fun. We stop for food both going and coming, just so you know. And again, just something you can do your whole life. So if you are interested, if you're not doing anything else and you want to try it out, give it a shot. We won't laugh when you hit bad balls. We do the same thing. And I would love to have company this next year. My boys golf team, we got Max Schaefer, Adam Dexter, Caden McAllister, Sam Vogel, Easton Rystrom, and Daly Marringer. Like I say, the other 4 are still at the golf course, but it might be dark now, so probably not. Anyway, they've had a pretty good season so far. We haven't gotten to districts yet. That's going to be in about 12 days from now. So far, Max and Easton have placed individually in some events. Their top achievement was 3rd place for Max at the NBC conference meet. And Easton just last Saturday at the Pierce Invitational got 4th place. And I'm going to miss Daly, my senior. He's been a good guy to have around for a couple of years. And I wish him luck in the future. I am excited for the future next year. I've got a good nucleus of good golfers, and I'm hoping that we can add a couple more golfers this next year to maybe boost the team up a little bit, make things better. And I'd like to thank the parents for trusting me with your children. I do my best to make them enjoy the game and enjoy their time with me. While I'm trying to make them better, I still want them to have fun while they're out there. I appreciate the Booster Club and the support they've given the team, and my wife for allowing me to have this extra time outside of school, away from home, and putting up with my absence.
I just want to sitting there, and I think it takes a while to get through this. I guess that is a testament to the kids. I mean, we're here to give a lot of awards because you guys have put yourself in positions to earn a lot of awards, and we have a lot of kids out for our sports, all of our areas. And it's a fantastic thing, and it does make this go a little long. And I realized I forgot to DVR Law and Order. But that's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's important that before I get to talk just a little bit here about the current athletes, I do want to take just a moment here to talk about some athletes that are well past their competitive prime, the coaches. I'm very lucky to have an exceptional Coaching staff that definitely puts in the overtime to help all the athletes reach their potential. I also want to thank the spouses, Kathy, again, for allowing us to do what we like. We love to do, absolutely love to do it. It's the busiest time of the year. It's tough flying solo this time of the year. My family's past making elephants out of cardboard boxes, but I know a lot of you other teachers and coaches, you're still in that position. This is a very busy time of the year, and it makes it tough. It does make it tough. And I also want to thank the school board administration for pushing to get a track. I think that is an exciting and excellent idea, and I really hope it does materialize. Getting back to the athletes, I believe there was 55 out for track this year. I'm very happy that we've maintained good numbers over the years. We've had great, it's been great, the support we have with students going out. And sometimes, like tonight, it's tough to recognize, like, how do you separate out and recognize? You can't recognize all of them. I'll have you all stand here in a moment, but you know, if I said something about y'all, we'd be here a lot longer. According to Leighton, somebody had told him to tell me not to talk very long, so I'll try to do my best. But anyway, let me get started real quick here. Mazzy Kumar, I'm going to have Mazzy stand first. Mazzy, that's all it takes. Thanks, Mazzy. Next, Mazzy, as a freshman here, we kind of waited a few meets before we put her in the 3200, which is like the 2 mile. Just get her in shape, develop a little confidence, and she ended up qualifying for the Classic, and at the Classic, placed second. And the reason I wanted to start off with you is you were a record setter. You actually set a new school record in the 3200 meter run, so I wanted to congratulate you. And then the next person I talk about here, Matt Hagman. Can you stand up for just a moment, too? As a senior, was a conference champion in the pole vault, and then yesterday, Mav, who had tied the school record at 13 foot, actually went 13 feet 1 inch at Humphrey, and now you are the sole owner of the pole vault record at EB. Congratulations. Try to go quick here. Corbin, can you stand? As a sophomore, you were the NBC champion in the discus. You are 4th all-time in the discus here at Elkhorn Valley. I forget who you're all behind again. I know Rystrom's up there, and Marty's up there. I can't remember the other guy, so that's all right. Nate, thanks, Nick. Nate stand. He was also conference champion in the long jump this year. He's been a solid jumper for us the past 4 years. Second at the Northeast Track Classic. Sits 3rd all time in school in our school history in the long jump. And next year, I believe you're taking your jumping skills to Buena Vista, correct? Okay, congratulations, Nate. And then, so Cameron Rutchins, as a freshman. Cameron, do you stand up for just a moment? You're a qualifier for the Northeast Nebraska Track Classic as well. Cameron placed 4th in the 800, and she is 5th all-time on our school's record list. Okay, Skylar Taylor, a sophomore, also a qualifier for the Northeast Track Classic. She placed 6th in the 800, and is 7th all-time on that list at our school. And Dawson, qualifier in the Classic, placed third in the 400, and he is sitting 2nd all time in that event. With districts coming up, who knows what can happen? You are very close to, you know where you're at. You're very close for that 400. Yeah, well done, Dawson. And Wayland, qualifier in the Classic as well, placed 3rd in the 800, and he is 4th all time in the 800 at our school. And so, there's one more with the relay team, that's right. Now, the 4x4 relay team also qualified for the Classic. They did not medal, but actually the time they ran this year is 7th all time. Just real quick stand up, Leighton Meyer was on that, Dawson, Mav, and Wayland. And just keep going here, but others cracking the top 5 on the all-time charts. And with the all-time charts, I think it's pretty accurate. If you go back to about 1988, And then prior to that, any records that were standing during that time would be on our list. But we are missing some data. We certainly are. I think the school came into existence in 68, something like that. And so from about 68 to 88, we are missing a lot of that information. I've gone through some newspapers, but you know, any records you guys, clippings you guys might have from home, you can always pass it on by. I would love to take a look at it. But on our top 5 list, right now, Logan Black. I'm going to have Logan stand. Logan, you are actually tied for 4th all time in high jump. I don't know if you knew that. Now here's the thing, you hit 6 foot, and 6 foot is like one of those magical numbers. Like once you hit 6 foot, it's like the 600 home run club and things of that nature. I mean, that doesn't mean anything to kids nowadays, but what I'm getting at, that's a big deal. Okay, that is a big deal. Just sit there. You're fine. You're nice job. And Annika, you might not even know this. You are actually 5th all time in the pole vault list. If you look at all the girls that were ahead of you in the pole vault, I mean, those are like names, and they have some great heights. You're right there, Annika. Districts. Let's see what you can do. You're on the roll. Okay, now real quick, everybody in track, please stand up. That was like my way of singling out a few people. Wonderful. You guys can sit down again. Thanks for going out this year. Really quick, 5'10", 7'47". 5'10", 7'47". I don't know if you know what that is. That's how many seniors we've had out for track each of the last 5 years. And normally seniors are going to make up the smallest numbers. They are. I understand there's a lot of things going on. You're in the tail end of your high school career. You're prepping for summer, for college, you're working. And it's tough. It's tough to fit track into your schedule. It's always been that way. So can I have the seniors stand up? Some great numbers. We have 13, I don't know if they're all here for sure, but we have 13 seniors that went out for track this year, actually making up a quarter of the team. What I just like, it's just crazy. It's Nate, Mav, Dawson, Drew, Tristan, Layton, Abe, Owen, Waylon, Annika, Jocelyn, Mackenzie, and Marity. And I speak from the bottom of my heart when I say thank you for dedicating your time to track and field. For most of you, the past 4 years, you're really going to be missed. You made Elkhorn Valley so much more competitive in football, volleyball, cross country, wrestling, everything that's out there. You made it more competitive in the classroom. Each of you guys can sit down. Thank you again. Thank you so much. You set a great example to the younger kids. You really did. There are times we question it, but really for the most part, you guys did a wonderful job. It's been a great 4 years. Good luck to all of you guys after the season concludes, and I hope to see you around. Thank you.
Okay, if I could first have all the members of this year's speech team stand up to be recognized. You guys don't have to stand for all this, you can sit down. To say this speech season was an eventful one would be an understatement. January started off rocky between missed practices due to snow days and meets being canceled or having late starts due to weather. To top it all off, Baby Hansen decided to come early, leaving Mrs. White to take over a month earlier than we expected. Luckily, by February, everything seemed to be back on track, and the team was able to have a successful season. Our season did unfortunately end at a very difficult C1 district in Atkinson. We did have 4 events placed at districts. Those placing at districts were the freshman OID of Autumn Smith, Braylon Brummels, and Mazzy Kuhar, Emma Paulson in Poi, Annika Firstenau in extemporaneous speaking, and then finally Nate Decker and Annika Firstenau in duet acting. I do have some thank yous here real quick. First, thank you to the parents for allowing your children to participate in speech. I know it can be difficult to get them up early, especially on a Saturday morning, to have them spend an entire day at a speech meet. As coaches, we have loved getting to know each and every one of them. Second, to the seniors, thank you for all you have contributed to the speech team. Mrs. White and I will greatly miss you. Next, to the team members who stepped up in my absence to help out.
whether that was to help listen to a fellow team member or being flexible with your practice time. It was greatly appreciated. A special thank you to Annika Furstenau and Emma Qualsett. You guys need to stand. Thank you both for being Mrs. Wyatt's right-hand ladies. You both stepped up while I was in Omaha in the NICU with Lewis to make sure everything ran smoothly and offered great speaking advice to your fellow teammates. Your natural leadership and ability to be a great teammate was part of what made this season the success it was. To Mrs. Novicki, thank you for coming to the meets to support the kids. They truly appreciate it, especially when you laugh at their things. Also, thank you to Tom and Peggy Dietrich for helping with transportation. They gave up many, many days to help support the speech team. And then finally to Mrs. Wyatt for stepping up way sooner than expected and making sure the speech team still had a successful and fun season. Thank you. Next up, Mr. Wickheiser, One Act.
All right, if you participated in One Act, please stand. Please keep standing just for a minute. The One Act cast, we had a successful season. The play this year, and we were hoping, and I think a fair amount of you saw it, North Pole's Got Talent, and it was a Christmas theme, and the setting was Santa's workshop at the North Pole, and a talent contest was going on. So a lot of the students that you're standing here, we want to thank, fellow coaches and sponsors are thanking all the parents. Thank you for all of your help in supporting our activities. But these are kids that then plan around all the other sports for morning practices, evening practices, to really make this go. So we're really proud of their dedication and willingness to make the extra effort to be really outstanding. We want to put on a great show. And they really took ownership of what we were doing this year, and they wanted to be great in their performance, and I think we accomplished our goals this year. So for now, you can have a seat. We'll make you stand during the whole thing. I'd like to say a special thank you to Mrs. Gale, our other coach. Mrs. Gale is just such a great helper with anything that we need, with props, with costumes, with sound. She brings snacks for the kids and brings that expertise and just willingness to do anything. Thank you, Mrs. Gale, for all that you do. Thank you to Mrs. Novicki for attending some performances, Mr. Hani as well for driving our prop trailer, as well as Tom Dietrich another time. We really appreciate all of you. Our performances included here at home at the NBC's East Division competition in Niobrara, the district competition in Ponca, and then we really enjoyed performing for the elementary here at school. So at conference, I want to do a special shout out. At conference competition, as a team of the 8 schools, we earned the Outstanding Technical Award. We were the award winner. The kids did great. So that's for sound, lighting, props, and costumes. Individual outstanding performers, so I'm going to name you from conference. Ireland Behringer, Logan Black, Lacey Brandt, Evan Decker, Annika Furstenau, Elizabeth Kivett, Michael McFarland, Aubrey Nicodem, Emma Qualsett, Delilah Qualsett, Evan Slocum, and Skylar Tegler. Great job. At the district competition, out of 8 schools, our students placed 4th overall. Very proud of that. And we were 2nd place at that one for the Outstanding Technical Award. And the following all earned Outstanding Performer awards. So please stand. Ireland Behringer, Jonathan Barrier, Logan Black, Emma Qualsett, Evan Slocum, Skylar Tegler. Also want to do, you haven't heard their names quite yet, but 2 seniors who I want to recognize because you haven't heard their names yet, Bailey Keel and Marini Vaughn. Please stand. And also, please stand, the following, you haven't heard their names specifically, but I want to shout out to them. Special shout out, Lexi Carnes, Cadence DeWitt, Mazzy Kuhar, Katie Warnicki. And also, Clap for them. Our stage crew of Cadence Leister and Ocean Leister. Thank you for everything. There's a great big sign, North Pole's Got Talent. They make that. Thank you. And setting up, taking down the stage. We really appreciate you. One quick anecdote, one quick story. This was emblazoned in my mind when it happened, and I said I got to share this at Honors Night. You get back from conference, it's a full day. It's like a 12, 13-hour day. We get back here, and we got a big set this year, and we are unloading, and we get it all set back up. And it's been a long day for these kids. And I'm about ready myself to pack it up and head out to maybe grab some supper. And what do I see? It's the beginning of winter sports season, and I see these kids, without missing a step, getting into practice clothing, and off they go to practice, because that's what they do. They just keep going and participating in so many different activities. So thank you, one and all, for all of your outstanding dedication. Seniors, we're going to greatly miss you. Thank you. We had some seniors go out this year that had not gone out before, and we had some other kids that have been part of this before. Appreciate all of you, and some young students who came out, and we want you to keep going. So, one last recruitment, and then I'm done for the evening. Next week we have a meeting on Wednesday morning, so if you're going to be in high school next year, come join us. Thank you.
Out the night here. First, I want to acknowledge the following academic all-state athletes. The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Award is an award given to student athletes that have a 3.7 GPA or higher and who show outstanding leadership performance in their activity. This is awarded through the NSA for participants in any grade level. The following have been recognized in their activity, and I would like you to stand and remain standing until all names have been announced. Freshman Massey Kuhar, cross country. Sophomores, Skylar Tegler, play production. Corbin Warner, boys basketball. Juniors, JJ Black, girls basketball and girls track. Carly Robert, girls basketball and girls track. Paisley Glenn, music. Our seniors, Annika Furstenau, volleyball, play production and speech. Maverick Hageman, football and wrestling. Dawson Hanson, football, boys basketball, boys track. Macy Hanson, volleyball. Montana Howard, girls wrestling. Kennedy Penny, girls wrestling. Emma Kowalczyk, girls golf and speech. Mary Vaughn, music. Waylon Warnicki, cross country, wrestling, and boys track. Congratulations. The NSA Nebraska State College's Multi-Activity Student Awards is an award that recognizes students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in at least 3 NSA-sanctioned activities during the academic year. This is based solely on each school's eligibility list. If I say your name, could you please stand and remain standing? Aaron Behringer, Marissa Bennett, JJ Black, Logan Black, go ahead and stand please. Lacey Brandt, Carly Roberg, Raylan Brummels, Melina Bullard, Keaton Campbell, Evan Decker, Nate Decker, Cadence DeWitt, Ashlyn Dexter, Isaac Eckert, Isaiah Eckert, Annika Furstenau, Carissa Gale, Lillian Hageman, Maverick Hageman, Dawson Hanson, Drew Hanson, Macy Hanson, Lily Hartle, Kale Hazerock, Tegan Hazerock, Jonah Johnson, Cameron Koloff, Tristan Koloff, Bailey Keel, Elijah Colonzo, Casey King, Elizabeth Kivett, Massey Kuhar, Jocelyn Larson, Aubrey Lawson, Cadence Leister, Michael McFarland, Landon Meyer, Leighton Meyer, Calvin Moloff, Bradley Nall, Aubrey McAdam, Kellen Molendick, Olivia Otis, Emerson Penny, Kennedy Penny, Delilah Qualsett, Emma Qualsett, Jack Qualsett, Abraham Rottenberg, Cameron Rutchins, Landon Rutchins, Autumn Smith, Tyler Sexdorf, BJ Taki, Skylar Tegler, Mary Vaughn, Owen Bondra, Katie Warnicki, Waylon Warnicki, Jarrett Warner, Corbett Warner, and Alyssa Wright. And it's a little
the last award of the evening, the 4-year 3-sport letter winner. Dedicated, resilient, integrity are a few words to describe our 4-year 3-sport letter winners. They put their heads down and work discreetly, displaying a strong commitment to their sport, always seeking to do better. They are two of the hardest workers that I've seen that strive to always do better than the day before. They are not only physically strong, but morally upright individuals too, serving as role models for their teammates and younger generations. Despite their reserved demeanor, they have an undeniable charisma, making them both approachable and enjoyable students. Thoughtfulness and generosity define their actions, as they never hesitate to lend a helping hand or uplift those around them. These athletes refuse to settle for mediocrity, constantly pushing themselves and their teammates. Their journey is not just about personal achievement, but also about team, as they understand the importance of we over me. Witnessing their growth into fine young gentlemen has been enjoyable, for they exemplify the values of dedication, integrity, and leadership that make our jobs easier, our teams stronger, and our school and community that much better for having them in it. This year's 4-year 3-sport letter winners are Maverick Hageman and Waylon Mordecai. Thank you, parents, for your support of the students at Elkhorn Valley Schools. Good luck, seniors, class of 2024. This ends our banquet. Students, don't forget to pick up your packets.